Hello everybody, I am back and doing another review. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Transformers Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Strafe. Now, he is a dinobot, the pterodactyl dinobot. Now, I just wanted to point out is that in Transformers Age of Extinction, the fourth Transformers movie, they renamed a lot of the dinobots. Of course, Grimlock wasn't renamed. I do also know that Crosshairs was actually Bulkhead, but just the renamed version. I did hear a few other Autobots are, like one of the aerial bots is supposed to be in it, but he was renamed, and he's not even an airplane. I forgot what his name was, but I think it was Jetfire. No, it wasn't Jetfire. I don't know. But it was one of the aerial bots who's not even an airplane, who's a sports car, and changed name, which basically means it's not even an aerial bot, was in Transformers 4. And the Dinobots are often renamed. Now, in G1, the pterodactyl is named Swoop, but here his name is Strafe. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. And, of course, Grimlock has his original name. Slug was originally Slag, who was the Triceratops. And also, there's Scorn, which I forgot what kind of dinosaur he was. But I believe that Scorn was Sludge. I don't know, but I think Scorn was Sludge. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, this is Swoop/Strafe. Alright, and as you can see, he's a pterodactyl. And first thing you want to point out is that he has 2 heads and 2 tails. I don't know why. He only has 1 head in robot mode, obviously. So let's begin with the pros. The first pro being the opening and closing of the jaw on both heads. The second pro being the fact that he has a nice color scheme. He has a nice blue color scheme. It's nice seeing a blue Dinobot. And he has nice Autobot logos here too. Alright. So yeah, another pro would be the nice posability. You have not really good posability in the arms, and if you can make him look like he's flying. If you make him look like he's flying, like I said, you have posability in the mouth, your feet move, all that stuff. Alright, but let's get into some of the cons. The first con being the fact that you see this thing here, his torso can swivel, but this thing here locks it in place, but it easily comes undone unless it's firmly placed in there. Second con being the fact that the wings often fold in. Part of the transformation, but the wings often fold in when you don't want them to. Also, he has 2 heads. That's not really a con, but he also has no light piping. These are painted eyes. And the head is really flat, too. Alright, so let's get to transformation. So, to transform him, what you want to do is, first what you want to do is take the feet here and, take the feet and flip them back and they kind of click. After you transform them a few times, when you first get him, his feet are really, really stiff. But after you transform him a few times, they loosen up. So flip them all the way back, and then take his robot mode legs and flip them down. Now, all the Dinobots have elf shoes, pointy-toed shoes. I don't know why. That could be considered a con. I don't really think it's bad. It doesn't hinder playability. Alright, but anyway, now you take the tips of his wings and fold them in. Fold them down, and position his arms. Alright, and the wings just butt out there. Now you take his pterodactyl heads and straighten up the necks, fold them around, and flip them into position like this so they're across the chest. And they just sit there, they don't tab into anything. Then you take the robot mode head and flip it out. And if you want to, you can leave his torso to swivel. And here you have him in his robot mode. Now, there's plenty of cons here. Let's start with the pros. The first pro, like I said, is nice color scheme. You also have nice detail with the pterodactyl heads. You also have a nice. He looks like a knight. All the Dinobots are made to look like knights, medieval knights. Grimlock actually looks more like a samurai more than a knight, but I mean, samurai are knights technically. But anyway, yeah. But let's go over some of the cons, and there's plenty of cons here. The first con being the fact that the wings stick out and you can't fold them in. I mean, yeah, they fold in this way, but they just stick out here. And the second con is that the pterodactyl heads are very floppy. They flop out of place. And also, the robot mode head isn't on a ball joint. That's to hinder or else it would probably hinder the transformation. And again, his torso is really swingy side to side. Also, as far as I know, he has no weapon. And I think you're supposed to flip this up, too, when he's in robot mode. He has no weapons, I don't think. Please tell me I didn't throw them away. But I don't think he comes with any weapons for his robot mode, which is a shame. Yeah, he as you see, he only has one head, but in dinosaur mode, he has two. Also, you have no posability in the ankles. Alright, so yeah, it's a mess, and I think you're supposed to flip this up, I don't know, but it's just, or else it drags along on the ground. But anyway, also another thing is that his instructions are on the back of his box. He doesn't come with paper instructions. So unless you cut the instructions off of his box, you'll have to do that if you want the instructions for future reference, because unless you forget how to transform him. But of course, you'd always go on YouTube or look it up on Google. But I mean, I really wish they would have come with instructions within the box too, or just taken the instructions off the back altogether. I mean, wouldn't that be easier for future reference? But still, blue is my favorite color. That's why I'm probably giving him extra points on the color scheme. But I mean, nonetheless, he's probably my least favorite of the Dinobots. I so far have two Ages of Extinction Dinobots. I have him and Slug, which is the Triceratops. I also have Grimlock, but the Grimlock's the Fall of Cybertron version, not the Age of Extinction version. Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm not really this isn't the best Dinobot. I mean, I give him credit for the color scheme, but I mean, nonetheless, he's not that good. I can see why he's actually a smaller Dinobot. I think he's a deluxe size. I don't know. But he's smaller and has a shorter, quicker transformation. Now, I do believe that the Age of Extinction figures we're getting now are in fact generation figures, which means they're geared towards adult collectors as opposed to kids. And I'm 17, so yeah, but I mean, still, nonetheless, this is a pretty easy transformer. Typically, I have a hard time with the instructions. I need to look it up on YouTube, but I easily did this. He's not my favorite Dinobot, but still, I give him credit for the color scheme only because blue's my favorite color and for no other reason. But nonetheless, he's not the best Dinobot. And he also has a hard time standing up. That's another con. That's because of his dino wings in the back. And plus, he's on carpet now. But anyway, I got him, and he's had a nice color scheme. And he's a pterodactyl. Two-head pterodactyl, that is, and two-tailed. But anyway, yeah, that's why I didn't have the instructions now, because of the fact that they're on the box. And I didn't want to cut them off the box. Anyway, I'm going to rate him now. I rated him a 7 out of 10. Most of the things I rate are an 8 out of 10, which typically a 7 out of 10 would mean slightly less. 8 out of 10 would mean average, and a 9 or more would mean a really good figure. But this guy is not really the best Transformer. I recommend him if you like the Dinobots or like something else about him. Like I like the color scheme, or you just want a full collection of Dinobots, or you just want a pterodactyl transformer or whatever reason. But I mean, as far as he's not really good quality per se. He's short, quick transformation, despite the fact that it's an adult collector figure, all that stuff. But anyway, I'm signing off now, and goodbye.